Hey guys, this is Aaron Entertainment. AA with Entertainment, bringing you It's All About Wrestling, episode 13. So I hope you all enjoyed the Royal Rumble last night. I did. It was a very good Royal Rumble, guys. Very good Royal Rumble. And just close this door. So guys, I guess we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. Let me just get set up here. On this show, we're going to definitely, my thoughts of Royal Rumble review. We'll go over last week in wrestling. Mostly NXT. You know what? This is stuff is pissing me off right now. Trying to get people come. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get people into the. Come on. Do me a favor, Jobber. Retweet. Can you retweet this for me? Cause I do see you. So yeah, hello. So yeah, hello, Jobber. Glad you're here. Saw you in an earlier show. So yeah, it's a little slow for me. I don't know. Okay, thank you, Jobber. Thank you. Who else? Oh my god. Okay, forget him. So yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. So yeah, let's get started. So before I get started, actually, guys, uh, I was on show Throwback had a show earlier on today. Well, he's starting his new channel for people to get for people that's interested in podcasting or live streaming. And he had Rob Wilkins on hosting a show, talking about wrestling and talking about sports. So go check that out on Throwback's channel. We did talk about the Royal Rumble. We did talk about sports, baseball, hockey, a little bit about basketball. And we did talk about the Super Bowl. But go check that out, guys. So let's go with Royal Rumble, my thoughts and review. So this Royal Rumble was enjoyable. Right? It was a good Royal Rumble. Yeah, maybe it wasn't in front of fans, but I bet you it has fans. You have huge pops. There will be a huge pop. As we saw on Twitter, Twitter was happy with this Rumble. Wrestling Twitter was happy with this Rumble. And I'm not gonna make a big deal about the golf cart, WWE is copying AEW with the golf cart. That's not a big deal. They've been using golf carts in wrestling for a long time. And afternoon, Tim. How are you? And it doesn't matter. Yeah, AEW used a golf cart in the past. WWE used a golf cart way before then. Who cares? Don't make a big deal about this golf cart bullshit nonsense. This is my problem with wrestling fans. Like, we have to make a big deal about every little thing. My God. We wrestling fans, we have to admit, we cannot be satisfied. We cannot be satisfied. Who cares about the golf cart thing in that match, guys? And I'm going to get to that match later. Who fucking cares? So let's start off with the kickoff show. So thank you, man. Thank you, Plago. I appreciate it. So let's start with the kickoff show. So, oh yeah, man. I read about that's tragic, man. Yes, talk about Dustin Diamond. So you know Dustin Diamond, right? If you watch Saved by the Bell, you knew Dustin Diamond. He played Screech, the geek, the quirky geek friend of Zach. Fortunately, after Saved by the Bell, his life and career hasn't been going well. He's gone into drug problems. He's done things that make you think. And fortunately, he got diagnosed with lung cancer, stage 4 lung cancer. And tragically, that's what he died from. And it's tragic, man. Only 44 years old. Only 44 years old. He had a great year. Just got typecast as an actor. And usually getting typecast doesn't bode well for your career. And he's one of those guys, and he suffered for it. So he did drugs and stuff. So, man, rest in peace for his family and friends. Hopefully, Saved by the Bell the NBC or Saved by the Bell does a tribute for him. But that was tragic. So, man, rest in peace, Dustin Diamond. So let's get to the first match, kickoff match. So this match was for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles between Shayna Baszler with Nia Jax versus the champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair. So we got new tag team champions. This was the right move. I just got this way. This is the right move. There was no need for Asuka and Charlotte Flair to be champions after this. I did think they were going to retain, but after seeing them lose, I'm like, yeah, this is the right thing because of the separate storylines, especially with Charlotte and Lacey, and Lacey got involved. Lacey and Ric Flair got involved, costing them the titles. This makes perfect sense. Get the titles back on Shayna and Nia. Have Asuka and Charlotte go their separate ways, because let's be honest, they weren't really teaming with each other since TLC. They only had like 1 or 2 matches tag team, and then Asuka had a separate story going on with her, and Charlotte had a separate story going on with Lacey, and the thing with Lacey is continuing. Obviously it's going to continue. Charlotte's going to get a revenge on Lacey. I don't know if it's going to be on the next pay-per-view. I think they're going to have a fallout match on Raw. You know how Lacey, this match, what I like about this match, double natural selection to Nia Jax and Shayna. But overall, this is a solid match. Lacey had the brass knuckles. Charlotte had Shayna in the figure eight, but close to the ropes, where the referee was distracted. So Lacey had a brass knuckles. I think it was a brass knuckles or some sort of brass knuckles or either a ring. I think it was brass knuckles. Correct me if I'm wrong. And she, with her finish, she moved the woman's rights. She laid out Charlotte with the woman's right, getting Charlotte pinned by Shayna. Yeah, by Nia, because Nia finished off with the leg drop, right? 1, 2, 3. So new tag team champions. That was on the kickoff show, so they moved that match off the main card onto the kickoff show. So it was the right move to get the titles off the Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax, because they weren't really doing anything. Charlotte Flair and Asuka, because they weren't doing anything with those two. And Asuka could go on with her world title, and Charlotte Flair could go on with deal with Lacey, and then move on from Lacey. Okay, so we start with the Royal Rumble. First match, WWE Championship match between Oldberg, aka Goldberg, but we call him Oldberg, and Drew McIntyre. Now, yeah, the majority of people were not interested in this match, but I thought this match was solid for what it did. We also, surprisingly, McIntyre speared Goldberg, headbutted Goldberg, speared Goldberg. They were outside, but the match hasn't officially started. They get back in the ring, the match started. Most of the time they're doing their finishers and stuff. Goldberg kicked out a Claymore, and that jackhammer. Whoa! I'll admit this about that jackhammer. That jackhammer is bad, but the one to the Undertaker, I find it was worse. But this jackhammer was pretty bad too. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, he's gonna jackhammer. And then he lifted him up. I'm like, oh, he has some balance. And he's like, I'm like, oh man, maybe we could do it to Drew. And then the follow through, that looked bad. The follow through of the jackhammer was bad. It looked like he had him up. It looked for a second it was gonna be fine, but then the follow through of it was not good at all. It was very, very bad. It was terrible. And I believe Goldberg even said he didn't want to do the jackhammer at all because he had not a good shoulder and stuff. I'm like, what? Then why did they want him to do, like, Vince McMahon's adamant on him doing the jackhammer? Guy. Yeah, I agree with you, Jobberman. It was a bad jackhammer. I didn't think it was bad as the Undertaker one. The Undertaker one was like a brain buster, a jackhammer to a brain buster, but but obviously it wasn't meant to be a brain buster, and it could cuss Undertaker. But this jackhammer is pretty bad too. And Drew McIntyre, one with the Claymore, finally finished off Goldberg. One with the Claymore. They shook hands and they hug. Goldberg's like, yeah, you passed the test. I'm like, what fucking test? Remember, what test did he pass? And I know you, Tim. I know you hate this, but I think Goldberg's gonna have a match at WrestleMania. So Drew McIntyre retains the title. Right move. And a lot of people were worried that Goldberg was gonna win. I wasn't worried because I didn't think he was gonna win. But let's get to the next match. So SmackDown Women's Championship match between the defending champion Sasha Banks and Carmella. See, I don't know Carmella's gimmick, right? Like, here's the thing about Carmella. Oh, my phone's going off. No, Carmella's a dancer. She's high class with the champagne, but she also, her gimmick's like, is she a stripper or a high price escort, high price stripper or something, or a dominatrix or something? Have you noticed that with Carmella what her gimmick is? I know they can't say that on TV because it's PG apparently, but to me her gimmick is like either a dom, especially with Regional, her assistant or something, but not in a sexual way, but like her as a boss, or a stripper high escort. And you can tell that by her entrance too. I don't know what her gimmick is. Yeah, you pretty much. I know how you feel about him, Tim. F. Goldberg. So I'm trying to understand Carmella's gimmick here. I know she loves Ryan and she loves it in real life, and she has her own company that has her own company. But Sasha Banks comes out. This match was okay. We all know Sasha Banks is a retainer. She did, but Reginald got kicked out. When Reginald got kicked out, or Reggie, I don't know what to call him, got kicked out. Sasha Banks was outside the ring. Carmella ran through the ring, performing a suicide dive. An awkward looking, very dangerous suicide dive. Remnants of Lita, maybe remnants of I don't know. I don't know. Lita's the closest one I can think of, and Lita busted up her neck because of that. That was a scary suicide dive. Don't do it again, man. Don't do it again. Carmella, get that out of your repertoire. Don't do that suicide dive again. And I don't even think Sasha Banks was ready for that dive. I know it was probably planned, but it didn't look like she was ready to catch her or something. It was something off base with that suicide dive, and it looked really, really bad for Carmella. But the good news is, the lucky news is, she was fine. In the match, you could clearly tell she was fine. Sasha Banks made sure, she asked her after that if she was fine, because she knew, Sasha Banks knew right away. She had the awareness, the wherewithal to know that, oh my God, that was dangerous. She asked Carmella, like, you don't hear it, but you could tell when she whispered. She could whisper to him and be like, are you okay? Carmella was like, okay. And he knew the match was going on, continued. Carmella looked fine. Sasha Banks wanted a bank statement, but Sasha Banks retained here. But the good news is, Carmella is fine. Nothing is hurt. SRS, Fightful Select, had something come out today talking about injuries, possible injuries of a woman. She said something about Carmella. He said Carmella is fine. But that dive a minute ago, I was on a live watch along with Throwback, and Jobber was on it too. And I'm a little ahead of those guys with Anakin on it. Anakin's on it too. I'm like, whoa. I was like, whoa. Whoa, I'm like, oh my God. And they were like, whoa, that dive. Good thing she's fine, not hurt. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Sasha Banks retained. So let's go to the next match. The next match was the actual Women's Royal Rumble. I won't, man. Save it for Throwback Show. Maybe the Throwback Show could go off. Maybe my 15th episode I'll have people on, man. Maybe as time goes on, I'll have more people on. I'll do some streaming with other people. So the next match is the Royal Rumble. Number 1 was Bayley. And number 2 was the returning Naomi. And number 3, Bianca Bel Air. And I forget the rest of the order. I mean, like, you can tell me the rest of the order and stuff. I know number 30 was Natalia. Whoopie-doo. We have some surprises. I think number 4, correct me if I'm wrong, was Billie Kay, right? Billie Kay was hilarious in this match. So we got Billie Kay. As more competitors came out, Tony Storm ignored her. Shayna Baszler really ignored her. I forget who else was the number 1. Oh, the only one who didn't ignore her was Jillian. Surprise return in Jillian Hall with the singing. Jillian Billy. That's funny. Some other surprise returnings were Tori Wilson and Victoria. It looked really good. Victoria looked good. Like she could still compete. I know she's like almost 50. Let's see. What happened in this match was good. You know, Charlotte Flair was in it. Nia Jax. You know, the people that competed in the pre-show match was in it. We had Nikki Cross was in it. Mickie James. Lisa Fox. Lisa Fox won the 24/7 title then, but then Mark Truth retained it. What was funny was Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay teamed up a bit, and you see the Wyatt Squad, and Billie Kay was like not sure what to do, but her loyalty lies to, and the Wyatt Squad eliminated her. Right, eliminated Billie Kay. We got man. I mean, it was better. The Women's Royal Rumble was better than Men's Royal Rumble. Yeah, it was miscarded than men's. I agree. The Women's Royal Rumble was better. That Shotzi Blackheart, awesome. Dakota Kai, Tony Storm was in it. No Raquel Gonzalez like some people wanted. I think Raquel Gonzalez would have been awesome in there. She could be dominant. She didn't have to win, but she could be dominant. Go toe to toe with perhaps in the future with Charlotte, or toe to toe with Ripley. Ripley came in. Ripley was dominant. Now we got to Alexa at one point. I don't remember everything in the Royal Rumble. It was last night, so if you mention anything in the comments below, tell me and I'll remember it. Alexa, this is the smartest woman. Rhea Ripley is the smartest woman in all WWE. Give this woman a title because she did exactly what everybody should have done. When Alexa came in, right? Alexa came in. They're all aware of her fiend, where she's like, they're all beating her up at one point, and then all of a sudden you hear the noise, and if Alexa goes to the middle, like she's about to transform, and Rhea Ripley just throws her out of the ring. She's like, no, I'm not having none of that shit. I'm not gonna have you transform and have you be unstoppable. I'm not gonna have you be overpowered. I know Alexa Bliss is small, tiny. I mean, like, anybody can lift her up, but when she comes her version of the Fiend, she's overpowered, right? Obvious in that match against Asuka 2 weeks ago. She becomes OP, overpowered, and be able to be, hey, I ain't having any of that shit. So she eliminates Alexa Bliss, smartest woman in all of WWE. And we all thought something was gonna happen, right? With Alexa Bliss, and they swerve us. Just admit it. They kind of swerved us. They kind of tricked us. They kind of tricked us by getting her eliminated, just like that. You may not admit it's a swerve, but that was a swerve, and it was a good swerve. One nobody saw coming. No, name me one person that saw Alexa Bliss getting eliminated like that. I didn't. None of you people. I had her in my final four because of the transformation, but it never happened. It's just smart. I understand, Jobber. I think you had her in the great final four, right? But it was a great spot. It was a smart spot. Nobody saw this coming, Jobber. Nobody saw this coming. That's what made it so great. And that's what wrestling needs, to see stuff not coming. Because WWE, we're booked. Have the mindset that we see predictability, and WWE does predictability very well. And that's, you know what? That's not necessarily a good thing. When you could swerve us, when you could do something that's different, that's what gets us our attention. And now it's perfect with this spot. That's the problem with WWE, is predictability with the fans. The fans just have this mindset. WWE is going to give us a predictability all the time. With the 50-50 booking and stuff. But it was an awesome spot. I like how Bianca Bel Air, like we get to the final three. Bianca Bel Air and Rhea Ripley eliminated Charlotte. Remember last year, all three of them were getting involved at one point until it became Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. Bianca Bel Air lost to Rhea Ripley at a takeover in Portland, where Charlotte was, and Charlotte attacked Rhea Ripley. So they eliminated Charlotte, and Charlotte was on the ground smirking a bit. They got the best of her, and they're both. And Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, they're both on the apron, legs almost touching the ground. Like, no, we can't lose like this. We can't lose these. So they go back in the ring. Two great baby faces right now. They deal with each other out. Try to go for each finishing move. Unfortunately, Rhea Ripley at the ending was well against the ropes. And Bianca Belair, powerful clothesline, eliminated Rhea Ripley. And Bianca Belair becomes your women's champion. Not women's champion. Not women's champion, but the first Royal Rumble. First African American Royal Rumble winner for females, I believe. And also, less than 1 year she became the Royal Rumble winner. But I believe Asuka did it too in 2018. And she won Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble, and Kayla Braxton did an interview with her, and she was all emotional, teary-eyed and stuff. How happy she was, good happy tears and stuff. It's good for Bianca Bel Air. See where it goes to WrestleMania. I have a feeling suspicion that she'll be in the WrestleMania match, but Bayley is gonna try to weasel her way into that match somehow. This is my view, my opinion, and yeah. Final 3 was perfect, great. It was great booking. The thing with WWE is their pay-per-view matches, where there's no promos, nothing. Their booking for pay-per-views are very good. Yeah, and I agree. That promo was fantastic. It was genuine. It wasn't. You could tell that wasn't a scripted promo. Let's go to the next match. The Fall Kills match for the WWE Universal title between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Now this match was good despite the ending, because the ending, I don't fault WWE for the ending or the participants in that ending. But I'll get to that, right? Because that was just unfortunate circumstances involving the handcuffs. And if you know handcuffs, you can have issues with unhandcuffing someone. You know, sometimes it'll work right away. Sometimes it'll take minutes to unhandcuff someone. And so perhaps the best idea wasn't having handcuffs in that match. But let's go. This title match was good, man. They brutalized each other. There was times you look like Kevin Owens may win this match. They went backstage all through the Tropicana Field, the baseball stadium. The golf cart, like, Owens is around. Nobody. You didn't see Roman Reigns or anywhere. And all of a sudden, Owens gets run over by a golf cart, and yeah, and people are going crazy about how WWE is copying AEW with the golf cart. Do you remember WrestleMania? One WrestleMania like years ago, Raven, Big Show, and Kane had a hardcore match. They used a golf cart in that match. So stop your bitching about WWE copying AEW. Using golf has been used for some people. Yeah. Crazy is crazy. He'll do anything to win. And that senton off that senton after what? You know what he should have done with that? You know how he should have done instead of a senton? He should have done what Mick Foley did to The Rock at halftime heat. Have that place it on The Rock. Remember we placed it on The Rock, get to 1, 2, 3. He should have done that. Place it on. If you could place it on Roman. I don't know if Roman's strong enough to get out of that. He could have done that. He could have won, but you know what? We have to make the match longer, and Roman had to win here. So that was a good senton through Roman through the table. Owens, the spear through the stage was amazing, and Roman Reigns is like, "What do I have to do to keep you down?" Right? Yeah. Last year's WrestleMania, that was a plan for him to jump up the power ship. He wanted to do that. But maybe he'll do it this year. Why is it here? And then we get to the handcuffs. But he handcuffs Roman Reigns to the side, whatever is a lamp, the set, part of the set. Roman Reigns is down. Gets to the 9 count, right? And then he pulls the referee into it and knocks out the referee. Another referee comes along. Managed to get Owens distracted. All of a sudden, Paul Heyman comes, right? Just by the time Owens is like out of it, he wasn't there. They had to waste some time, right? So Owens had to like pretend he's more and more. Oh, I can't do this anymore. More out of it than he really would be, because he had to waste. Because of what happened in the handcuff spot. It took like 5 minutes, and the ref had to stop the count. Yeah, that was a botch, but that's a botch on the handcuffs, because handcuffs you can unlock right away, and sometimes it take a long time. And it happens in the past in WBC, people getting handcuffed and doesn't go as planned. Handcuff spots don't go as planned a lot of times, and this is clearly one of them. But they managed to get the handcuffs off. Roman Reigns puts Owens in the guillotine. That pretty much ends Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens doesn't get up for the 10 count. Roman Reigns wins. But yeah, that's the handcuffs, man. The handcuff spots, they either work or don't work. They take time sometimes. So Roman Reigns retains here, guys. Retains the title. Now we're gonna go to the final match. The final Royal Rumble match. The men's Royal Rumble. Now we know number 1 is Edge and Randy Orton is number 2, and we knew they did this on purpose. They definitely did this on purpose. You know what this was? This is my opinion. They wanted to get this little thing between Edge and Orton out of the way quickly. I think they're done with each other after this Royal Rumble. And the end of this match, I'll explain even more. So, Edge and Orton, like Edge, when Orton's getting them in the ring before he enters, Edge attacks Randy Orton because he hasn't forgiven him for taking him out at Backlash, right? The greatest wrestling match ever, which is not true. You got injured Edge, right? And then we got some guys coming in. Randy Orton, I forget who is number 3. I'm sorry. You got guys coming in. Randy Orton apparently had an injury, right? It was a fake injury. You know that resulted for something at the end of the match. It was a fake injury. There was some cool spots in this match. Let's see. It was mostly mid-card talent. I agree. I mean, I don't have much stuff to say about this match as I did the women's match because the women's match had much better moments in it than this match. But we got Christian coming back was amazing, and he saw Edge on the ground. Like, he hears that music and he sees Christian coming. You knew he was excited, and then they get in the ring and they hug. And if you had it in the crowd, it's gonna get a huge pop. We saw Ali come in. Sami Zayn was sorry. Ali comes. They beat up on Edge. We saw New Day. Xavier Woods and Big E were in it. I guess technically Big E is not part of New Day, but Big E is still aligned with them in this match. Ali eliminates Xavier Woods when Big E was trying to get Xavier Woods back into the ring, and Big E was not happy with him, and he eliminates Ali. That's a good spot. You have the Hurricane come in, tries to chokeslam Big E and Bobby Lashley. That did not go well, and they eliminated him. We saw AJ Styles come in. Osmos eliminated a couple people. I guess in a Royal Rumble, if you're not part of the match, you're still allowed to eliminate people because there's no DQ. But here's my issue. This is how we're friends with Osmos. Oh, much better. She could cut them. Much better, I agree. Here's my problem with this. So apparently, right, as I said, if you're not part of the match, but you can still throw them over the top, they're technically eliminated because there's no DQ. Here's my problem. If you're not part of the match and you throw someone over the top rope, that person gets thrown over the top rope should still be in the match. They should change that rule. You should only be eliminated by someone who's in that match. Not by someone who's out of that match. And we saw Osmos demonstrate his power by basically grabbing Big E and throwing him over the ropes and then do something with the announce table. You see what my point here is with the no DQ and the Royal Rumble, how it doesn't make sense, how they should change it. And they got Braun Strowman. Seth Rollins came back. We had Becky Lynch tease with the backstage with to the Royal Rumble. You know, she was there at the Royal Rumble. When I saw that, I'm like, yeah, Seth Rollins is back, man. Seth Rollins is back, and Seth Rollins did come back at 20. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura was one of the early exits. Daniel Bryan got eliminated, right? So I'm like, Daniel Bryan got eliminated. Everybody's most of the people's choice was Daniel Bryan's winning. Nope. Once Daniel Bryan got eliminated, I'm like, oh man, Edge is gonna win this. My feeling was Edge is gonna win the Royal Rumble based on the Raw promo and based on Daniel Bryan getting eliminated. Yep, I think Edge is gonna win this. And well, we know the result there, but what else happened? King Corbin eliminated some people. Kane eliminated some people. Kane got eliminated. Yeah, I agree, man. Her business to get hit. Her business to get involved. Except Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle was involved. That's it. I think Rollins eliminated Matt Riddle if I'm correct. I don't know. So we got Christian, Braun Strowman, Edge is final 3. Seth Rollins got eliminated. Braun Strowman came in number 30. Been no big deal. 30. Only thing about the Royal Rumble. Oh yeah. Oh thank you. I forgot about that. Team Hell No. Yep, you're right. Team Hell No was great until Kane took them down. Brian. It was great for a moment. So number 30 in the Royal Rumble doesn't mean anything. It only gives you advantage that you're not as tired. You're not tired than the other competitors. Like Bianca Bel Air was in the Royal Rumble match for like I don't know an hour maybe. That's what number 30 is. It gives you an advantage, but it depends on who is number 30. It really doesn't matter. Braun Strowman was never going to win the Royal Rumble. But I'm glad. So, it was a struggle to get Braun Strowman out. Christian came, eliminated Braun Strowman, but in the process, Christian got eliminated. And then I think it was Edge who eliminated Seth Rollins, if I'm correct. Seth Rollins came to help Christian eliminate Braun Strowman. But in the process, eliminated Christian and Braun Strowman. And then Edge eliminated Seth Rollins. And that's when Randy Orton came into RKO from his fake injury, right? It was a fake injury. RKO, Edge. And he went to throw out Randy Orton. Randy Orton went to throw out Edge. And then Edge quickly turned around and threw Randy Orton out, winning the Royal Rumble. And that's my thumbnail picture is leading into this stream. Edge is the Royal Rumble winner. I think this is the second time winning the Royal Rumble, I believe. I think in 2010 he won the Royal Rumble. And Edge could challenge for any title at WrestleMania, WWE Universal, WWE title. Drew McIntyre won't win. I have no problem with either one. It could be with any other championship he goes for. I think he's a Raw guy, so I think he's going to Drew McIntyre. But I think Roman Reigns might be the better story because Roman Reigns could play in a. What are you doing here? You're old. You have kids. You have a wife. You shouldn't be doing this. You're going to hurt yourself. I'm going to hurt you. And I'm going to make sure that you never wrestle again. Roman Reigns could play into that. Where Drew McIntyre could be a babyface and have a babyface title match. And you know WrestleMania, in a lot of WrestleManias, we had babyface versus babyface at WrestleMania. But with Roman Reigns, as I did a Roman Reigns impression his impression, I think that could be great. Great. If you challenge this Roman Reigns on SmackDown. Because he could challenge the SmackDown, right? If you win the Royal Rumble, you could challenge either title on either brand. You can even challenge NXT, right? Because Charlotte challenged Rhea Ripley last year. And Rhea Ripley was NXT Women's Champion. So you can even challenge NXT. But here's the thing. Edge is not going to challenge an NXT champion. That's not why he's back. He's going to challenge a main roster champion. So that was a Royal Rumble. A great show. Good show. Matches are good. Royal Rumble winners. Nothing wrong with them. They're great Royal Rumble winners. And yeah, that's my Royal Rumble review, I guess. Man, that took a long time to do. And now let's go back to last week's Raw. It's the only thing I talk about Raw last week is Alexa Bliss stuff. I know a lot of you have problems with it because it's overbooking and stuff. But I did like the ending. I think the ending was rushed. Randy Orton, RKO, Alexa Bliss. I did like that. That had to happen. He had to RKO Alexa Bliss. That's the only thing I'm going to talk about. But you see Alexa Bliss is regular Alexa Bliss. You see Firefly Funhouse Alexa Bliss. Then it transforms into the regular Alexa Bliss. Then she becomes the Fiend like Alexa Bliss. And then gets RKO by Randy Orton. Okay, maybe a little overbooked. You only can do that right now, but when crowds come back, you can't do that because this was obviously filmed before the show. So this is all edited and stuff. But I did like the RKO. That had to happen. Oh, winning the APA? I haven't seen that yet, man. I'll have to look for that. I'll have to look. I did see the Yokozuna icons thing. I might talk about that. So AEW. So AEW was good. Yeah, the Darby Allin Sting thing was kind of corny. It was very yeah, it was corny. I just say that it's corny. The ending was good. Omega tried to sneak attack Omega and Omega tried to sneak attack Moxley. Moxley got him to the paradigm shift. That was good. The first match, Lance Archer versus Kingston, it had to happen. Kingston got the win. The women's match, Britt Baker versus Shana. It was a good match. Thunder Rosa at the end got involved. You know they're gonna have a match at Beach Break. Oh wait, Beach Break is tomorrow. Is this Wednesday, right? Beach Break is this Wednesday. I almost forgot about that. Adam Page got a win, and Matt Hardy came out. Matt Hardy was like, you know, Adam Page has been in the dumps, right? Ever since he been kicked out of the Elite and stuff. So Matt Hardy was trying to be inspirational to him, like, I can help you. I'm not here to do anything, but I'm here if you need me, stuff like that. So Matt Hardy's trying to help. Seems like he's trying to help Adam Page get back on track. I like that dynamic between Matt Hardy and Adam Page. I think it's good. You got Dark Order wanting Adam Page, and you got Matt Hardy now wanting to help Adam Page. The main event saw Dark Order versus the Bucks and the Good Brothers. The beginning was awesome. John Silver and Luke Gallows, or Doc Gallows. Because John Silver is short and Doc Gallows is tall, and Doc Gallows is mocking him. That was great. He gets on his knees, Doc Gallows. John Silver punches him. Runs to the ropes. Anderson kicks him in the back, but then Anderson jumps off the apron. John Silver thinks it's one of the Young Bucks. He punches the Young Bucks. Right? This match is good. It ended with the Bucks and Good Brothers winning, obviously. And then shenanigans came after that, and that's when the Omega thing. Moxley hit Omega with the paradigm shift. Omega tried to get a sneak attack. And Moxley doesn't like. I was about to say Neville, but Pac. Yeah, but so this Beach Break this Wednesday is gonna be Moxley, Phoenix. Not Penta, it was Phoenix, Moxley, Phoenix, and Pac versus the Good Brothers and Omega. Alright? And they're going to have a Redding, apparently Ford and Kip Sabian, they're going to have the Redding, I think it's this Beach Break. Charles is going to be there, Chuck Taylor. And Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa are going to have their match. Oh, it's this weekend. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know about it. I'm like, what, really? So this weekend, I'll watch it then. And NXT, man. NXT. What did I like about NXT? So we got Ciampa and Thatcher teaming up. We knew it was going to happen. It looked obvious it was going to happen. I'm excited for that. They could be a dominant team. And they're going to be in the Classic Classic. MSK won. We're going to the next round. What was the women match? Oh, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai defeated Jessica Mia and what's her name? Aaliyah? You could pretty much as Raquel Gonzalez win that match in the handicap match. She basically dominated that match. She did. So I don't know what's going on with Johnny Gargano. Looks like Johnny Gargano is mixing the feud with Kushida. I think they're gonna have a title match at the next takeover. But it looks like Dexter Lumis might get involved somehow. They did cost Kushida and Neil Wolf the tag team match. No. The tag team, they didn't cost them. They lost clean. But they came after to attack them, and Dexter Lumis is in the crowd or something. We got Toni Storm cutting a promo how she wants a match with Io Shirai. Io comes out. Mercedes Martinez attacks them. They go to brawl. Toni Storm gets the upper hand and holds the title or something. Right? They ended. And it's been confirmed this past Sunday, that NXT TakeOver Valentine's Day. It's going to be Io Shirai defending her title in a triple threat match against Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. Which I'm excited for, and I know a lot of you are excited for. That's what we want to see. The main event saw Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor team up to face Only Lorcan and Danny Burch. After that, Pete Dunne gets involved, and the Spirit gets involved and stuff. So, I think we're going to have Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor next takeover for the NXT title. That's all I can remember for NXT. If you can remember anything, just tell me below and I'll get back to mentioning it. I'm not going to talk about SmackDown because we know what happened on SmackDown. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, so it's Dumb's weekly review. So I'm going to talk about the icons, the first premiere of the icons, WWE icons. So Yokozuna, part of the Samoan Dynasty. You know Yokozuna, champion in '93 to '94. I watched that documentary yesterday. I suggest you check it out on WWE Network, wherever you can find it. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. It's a long documentary, but it's a very worthwhile documentary to watch about Yokozuna. How it became Yokozuna, his rise to the top, and how he fallen with his problems, his issues, and and his death. So, you see Yokozuna, Rodney is his name, Rodney. He wasn't Japanese. He wasn't from Japan. They just built him away. That's what WWE did back then. Was build guys from different countries, part of the world. So they saw him. He was for a big guy. He was athletic at the time, very athletic. One of the best big men that can move in the ring. So WWE was impressed. They had him. They changed his gimmick to Yokozuna. Hated by fans. Won the title at WrestleMania 9 and lost a few minutes later to Hogan. Won the title at King of the Ring '93 from Hogan again. And then he lost it to Bret Hart at WrestleMania '94. Then all of a sudden his issues, because he kept getting bigger and bigger, weighing a lot to a point like 500, 600, 700 pounds. And well, he was a big man that could move, but as he got bigger and bigger, he was getting tired faster. He had breathing problems because his one thing, and that's his weakness, his huge weakness. He loved to eat. Yeah, we need to eat to live. But the excessive eating Yokozuna did, loving it, contributed to his health issues, and that obviously contributed to his death. But the thing is, he was well liked by the people. Vince McMahon really liked him. He was well respected in the backstage. Nobody had a problem with him as a person. They just scared for him as a person that they feel that he may. They had no problem with him as a person, but they had a problem with him for his health, concern for his health, and evidently it got to a point where they had to team up with Owen Hart. He couldn't do a singles match. And Owen Hart had to do the heavy lifting of the matches that they're in. And it got to a point where they tried everything to make him lose weight. They tried to convince him. Nothing was really working. He just loved to eat. They had to release him in '97. He tried the independent circuit. Unfortunately, years later, he passed away. Tragically, I think he had a heart attack, but yeah, it's just a great documentary about Yokozuna. Rise and fall of Yokozuna. Great guy. From everybody who's worked with him, everybody knows him, great guy. He just had demons dealing with food and getting bigger and bigger. He couldn't help it. He tried everything. It just didn't work, and then eventually it took his life, which is sad and tragic. But if you can, whenever you can, check out this documentary about Yokozuna on WWE Icons on the WWE Network. It's worth the watch. Trust me, it's worth the watch. And it's a good, and they're planning to do more of these documentaries. But this is the first. This is the first one, and it's a great first one to start off right off the bat. Yeah, man. Oh my God, he was good in that years, 93, 94. Then when he came up part of Cornette's stable with Owen and Vader and Bulldog, yeah, it was different. He couldn't do it, man. Owen Hart had to do the heavy lifting. He couldn't do it, man. He just kept getting bigger and bigger. He loved to eat. He even joked about it. He joked about it and stuff like. And there's stories about him how he broke a toilet or something, and he had to take 2 seats on the plane, or he couldn't fit in the plane seat. Man, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, I saw the Bel Air documentary. It's good, and this one is very good, man. Yeah, go watch it, Jawbreaker. You're gonna love it. So let's talk some wrestling news, right? Before I end this show. Let's see. So Chelsea Green hasn't been cleared, guys. But she's coming back. She'll be back soon. But she hasn't been cleared to wrestle. Oh, by the way, Vince McMahon wasn't at the Royal Rumble. Which is good. Because he's dealing with his brother's passing, so he wasn't at the Rumble. So take all the time he needs to grieve his brother's passing. That's Royal Rumble weekly review. I know I normally I would do Raw and SmackDown, but since this past since the Royal Rumble happened, I won't do it. You know, I'll do. Obviously, I'm gonna do a Raw and SmackDown next week's show. I'm gonna review Raw and SmackDown because there's no pay-per-view next week. And then when NXT comes, the 14th, I won't review I won't review my show the next day, but NXT, but I'll review Takeover, but I won't review NXT the week before Takeover. Great. Rumble was great. We'll see what Raw has in store, right? Maybe Edge is on the show to cut something. Randy Orton. You see here, okay, I'm gonna talk about this. I think the Edge and Orton thing is done after Royal Rumble. Edge got his revenge by eliminating Randy Orton in the title match. I think it's done. But if it's not done, okay. Because also, referring to Orton, I think they're dragging out the Orton Fiend storyline to WrestleMania. I think they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. Kind of like Undertaker and Kane 2003, 2004. This is my last thing before I end the show. Undertaker was facing Vince McMahon in the Buried Alive match, Survivor Series 2003. Undertaker lost, but Vince McMahon won by the help of Kane. Kane buried Undertaker. Royal Rumble 2004. Kane was in the match. All of a sudden, you hear a gong. Gong. Distracting Kane. Kane gets eliminated. Right? So we know the Dead Man's returning. At WrestleMania, the Dead Man returns to face Kane, beats Kane. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think they're going to drag this out to WrestleMania with Orton and the Fiend. You can agree to disagree, but that's what I'm starting to see now. They're dragging out this feud, and this is the right thing to do. Drag out Randy Orton and Fiend. Oh really? See, you could do that. So drag it out. You got Bliss you got Alexa Bliss be more involved in storyline right now until the Fiend's ready to come back. So this is good. Have Bliss do the thing. Bliss and Randy have Bliss do the storyline work for now until the Fiend. And so guys, that's gonna be my show, man. But first I end. Check out Throwback. He had a show today. Rob Wilkins is hosting. Check it out. I was on it. That's why I'm telling you to check it out, because I'm on it. So, Thursday, it's all about the pop. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about yet. We'll find out stuff. Maybe Thor. Saw pictures of Thor for the set of Love and Thunder. Saturday, Why We Love Sports. Thursday is going to be 2 p.m. Saturday shows 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Aaron Entertainment. So, as it says in my ticker down there, there's my Twitter, Aaron J's fan. And it says like, subscribe down below. And check out Fightful Raw recap tonight after Raw. Check out The Distraction tomorrow on Twitch. Under Twitch. You're listening to Boy Wednesday. And then the AEW NXT post show on Fightful. Thursday, more Distraction and stuff. Tuesday night, throwback show. Friday, SmackDown review with SRS and Jeremy Lambert. And Saturday, my show is 3 p.m. Why We Love Sports. Just talking about sports, guys. Not wrestling, sports. But if you want to mention a wrestling comment in there, whatever, sure, I'll answer it. Even on it's all about top, I will answer it. So yeah, so thanks. So as I said, Twitter's down there. Like, subscribe down below. And have a good afternoon and good day, everybody. Take care.